How's it feel, man? Home game.
Feels really good. I'm excited. I'm pumped up. As you can see, I'm a little too pumped up right now. But I'm having a good time.
Yeah, what difference does that make going into a camp when you know that you don't have to get on a plane, come Monday or Tuesday of fight week?
Yeah, it's been good. I mean, it's nice staying at home. I just got a house. I got my dogs there, so the first fight, having them both in the same spot is making it a lot easier. And yeah, I went to go throw a little high kick. Now I'm blanking on the name because I just thinking about it upsets me. But went to go throw a cartwheel kick, and usually you come down to the side. And normally I don't get my leg up that high, but I was a little amped up tonight, so it went higher than we both thought, and it came down on the middle of his head. So it's got a little nick there. It's not too bad though. So.
This is your first open workout of your UFC career. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, well, and that was part of the reason for that. It's my first open workout in my hometown, so I was a little gassed up. But yeah, I'm having a good time.
Talk a little bit about this the run you've been on. I mean, you've got just the one loss here, and it's to a guy who's kind of running through everybody. So
yeah, man.
How have you been feeling, and kind of what's leading to you being where you are right this minute?
A lot of it, I think, has to do with the experience, just being comfortable. This will be probably like my 40th or more fight. I think the ones that are recorded, it's like 38th, but I've had more than's on recorded sites. So it'll be well over 40 fights. I've been doing this for over 10 years. I got a great team behind me, great coaches, and now I kind of understand everything that's going on. I know how to deal with the lights of the UFC and everything, and all that coming together has just made it, the perfect recipe for me to succeed.
What do you think of when you see Thiago just like run through people like this? Is that kind of like, yeah, it's your only loss, but he's a world beater at this point. Maybe you just weren't ready for him.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a jump in the deep end. I had 2 fights, 2 quick finishes, and I think they put me on there like, all right, let's see if this kid's the real deal. I was definitely the underdog coming in, but it was one of those things where either I was going to, really make a statement, or I was going to show him that I needed more time. Turns out I needed more time, and yeah, he's a really tough competitor, really hard hitter, and even watching the last fight, I was like, man, I must have a tougher chin than I thought, because he put that dude to sleep. And I tell people all the time, it's one of the few fights where as I was getting hit, I was wondering in my head, like, why am I still conscious? I shouldn't still be awake right now. This is ridiculous.
What do you think of when he's doing that at light heavyweight? Do you sit back and be like, like maybe I could do that, like jump up? Yeah,
I'm not that big for middleweight to begin with, so 85 is my perfect natural weight class. I could see jumping between 85 and 95 if they ever did it, but really I'm right where I'm supposed to be. And, just seeing him do well just reassures me that, I'm just as strong as I need to be and everything else. I got a couple takedowns in that fight. I had some, there were few, but I had some good moments. So that just reassures me that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Do you want a 95 weight class? I know everyone talks about 165 right now. You don't hear much of 195.
Yeah, I think the 85 to 205 jump is something that a lot of people don't talk about, and that's a big 20-pound gap. There's some. Thiago's a perfect example. He's a really big guy, cutting to 85 took his toll on him. But I feel like there needs to be, if there's not a 95, honestly, I think they should have, 10 pounds from 45 up to 205. And then after 205, you can have a cruiserweight like in boxing at like 225, and then true heavyweights. I think, personally, that would make the most sense. But, I don't write the check, so I don't get the decision on that.
How much better do you think you perform at 95 just not having to get those extra 10 pounds?
I think it'd be about the same. 95 would be good for a lot of tweeners, and there'd be some bigger guys in there. But for me, honestly, the preparation wouldn't be much different. I just get to eat a little bit more. But overall, I'd keep my schedule pretty much the same.
A lot of big fights in your weight class coming up in the next few months. What do you think? It was kind of put on hold while Whitaker healed up and they went to the Ultimate Fighter. What do you think of the division right now? Where are you standing in?
I mean, right now I'm not even ranked. If I'm being completely honest, I'm just waiting to see how that all plays out. I think if I get a convincing finish, I should be. If I'm not top 15, I should be real close. And after that, maybe in the next year, a couple more wins, I'll start getting my name thrown in there a little bit more. But for right now, it's kind of nice for me from the outside looking in, because they get to figure that whole division out and do what they got to do, have the fights they got to have, so that it's more all ducks in a row, as opposed to right now we got so many guys that have been, number 1, number 2 contenders. They've already been champs, and everyone's fighting each other, and there's no real, hierarchy, no matter how you want to rank it. It's just, you know, a bunch of guys that deserve the belt, but in no particular order.
Does this feel like the biggest fight of your UFC career? You're after open workouts, it's in Milwaukee. Does it feel bigger than anything you've had?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, always the next fight is the biggest fight, but this one definitely, truthfully, is my biggest fight. And having a little more, you know, behind me, coming to open workouts, being in my hometown, you know, I'm expected to put on a big show, and I'm going to deliver that Saturday night.
What did you think when they called you a Jack Sane? I mean, like, as an opponent?
I don't really think much of anything. I had to, you know, go watch some more film on him. You know, he's got a very unique style, very active, especially for a bigger guy. Lots of movement. You know, he's a different fight from anybody in the division, aside from like Joko's kind of similar, but those are the only two guys that really fight like they fight.
So it's hard to get someone to mimic him.
I got a lot of really skilled partners that are good at mimicking styles, and you know, I train with Bilal Muhammad. He's really good at mimicking it. My buddy Mike Biggie Rhodes, he's really good at mimicking that style as well. Do they normally fight like that? No, but they can, you know, give me that look and training that I need.
Biggest question, I think, probably, you're from Racine, right?
Yes.
Originally? So you're closer to Chicago than you are to Green Bay, so is it Bears or Packers?
Honestly, this is going to throw a lot of people off.
It's neither. Oh my God.
It's neither.
Tell me.
Sorry, yeah, actually I'm a Cowboys fan. So my father kind of grew up in both places, and my grandmother's from Texas originally, and they had lived down there. So I always say he brainwashed me as a child. So I'm a Cowboys fan.
All right, let's see you in the playoffs then, huh?
Yeah, I hope so.
Anyway.